Hey everyone, and welcome back to Comic Studio. But today we're going to looking for the King of the Hill. So this is going to be exactly for one thing as well. So even though we're gonna be looking for around here for some sort of the other kinds of cartoons like this, and looks like probably nothing a little bit good as well. Even that you're going to be crossover with something else as well. It's something in the Adult Swim, and of course that something might not gonna be exist like here. So King of the Hill Comic Studio wasn't going to be here for as well for this. But I'm not very sure that the bad news is that this isn't going to be for exactly how the King of the Hill Comic Studio looked like. So there it is. There is the Hill, the King of the Hill Comic Studio right there. And we're going to be doing this as well. So, god dang it, Bobby. What did you tell about you using a comic studio like this? So, I already reviewed Hill Climb Racing Comic Studio. That makes me nostalgia like anything as well. Sometimes I've been using this for a little bit for one time as well. So, I gotta go for King of the Hill, and probably there must be other kinds like themselves as well. So nothing anyway as to do this as well. There are the family members around here. Nothing around in Texas going on around here. Because of some sort of like this around for the logo, this is a little bit pretty good around the series as well. Even running from season to season whenever that it does as well. And because this is the shape of Texas whenever it goes, and sometimes they're anything as well. There's Hank, there is Peggy, there's Bobby, and one other like anything itself. There were uncles and anything for some sort of like this. There's Lorraine Platte, there's Jeff Boomhauer, there's Dale Gribble, another one is Bill Douterative as well. Some other kinds of Spanish like anything as well. Spanish families like Khan and Mini and Cooney. So Cotton Hill could be the grandfather like itself, but sometimes that was all of the characters as well, but no submitted sprites whatsoever. So that must be for a little bit more, such as the gas tank as well. I'm very probably not sure. This is the gas bottle, the water gun, some ice box as well, and some kind of drinks as well, which includes like this whenever it does. So the backgrounds doesn't probably exist as well. So we never checked around for the studio crossovers and say cartoons what I just going to be to do. So the cartoons like this would be for like anything around here. So the Adult Swim around here wasn't probably look like this. It was totally like the Family Guy or anything as well, especially like the Futurama. But nothing is possible that I just try to find out. There's a whole bunch of more things instead of Dexter's laboratory for even though for somewhere else. So, how would it able to be added somewhere other kinds like these, such as Grand Theft Auto and many other kinds of things, of course, but we're not able to be thinking that they just gotta be added something like the graveyard and other kinds of swamps. Even though I'll be finding somewhere else like Disney Comic Studio, whatever that they just try to do. There aren't comics about the King of the Hill, but exactly that they just using some crossovers anywhere it goes. And what about the submitted sprites? It does nothing right here. So even though that I just using for studio crossovers as well, there are no user comics anywhere about here as well. But also, it was owned by Mike Judge and Greg Daniels. That boy ain't right. I tell you what, it's going to be like anywhere it does for around here. Something that is absolutely in Phineas and Ferb's residence, and especially for the boys and the cookies are having spending a little bit of time that's something as well. They're lazy, but I'm not very sure things might gonna get a little bit drunk as whatever it does. That since cocoa cookies spilled water like this, they spilled coffee as one for somewhere else. Sometimes that banana peel and mustard cookie have just absolutely having a lazy time except marshmallow bunny cookie. Especially like anything as well for some sort of like this that it's probably not Damon Hill. Hank, Jeff, and probably Dale and Bill have just absolutely having a little bit of good time as well, without anything for something like cooking as well. And the residents around as well for somewhere as well. That these guys, like the residents over here, there's Quagmire watching them, and especially like Walnut Cookie, not from Cookie Run Kingdom overall. I never sure that she might get to be surprised by them as well. And yes, that where he does is going to be for around here. And that must be Chris Griffin, and there's Stewie. New Brian over here, there's Marge, and before outside of that backyard as well. Somewhere not in for some other kinds of the residents overall. There are the South Park characters, even for sure like the Officer Barry, and probably a little bit amount of Sunflower. Of course, there's Coney over here right next to that cookie, as of the Cozy Cafe characters. That the actual Cookie Run characters, that must be a fairy cookie and a herb cookie around as well. They were shocked at Pamlava cookie. Even there must be for more South Park characters like the little kid and the hunter over here. And right next to them is Stan Marsh and Homer Simpson. And that was absolutely for today it is, but it was actually going to be less underrated as well. And probably thanks to some kind of usernames to make this even possible a little bit for one thing as well. Nothing exactly for the users submitted sprites was no longer exists as well, but unfortunately that Cotton Hill sprites was no longer exist around anyway, and I have to end up this video for somewhere as well. So the link is going to be in description down below, and especially that I just recorded throughout for under 10 minutes in the past few videos, whenever that I just told about like anywhere it goes. But right now I just totally recorded for over 10 minutes instead of going over 15 minutes in about of this video. So, but also you might going to be search whenever you want to browse in Comic Studio, and just like for the website like this won't be so necessary as well. Nothing is easy to search, and because of the trains are like anything as well, the trends might going to get a little bit dangerous, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't able to be having fun for such a long time that the internet is at risk for one time as well for somewhere. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and Comic Studio users all later, and nothing without further ado. So thanks again, that we might be able to see somewhere that farewell audiences as well. And that wouldn't be able to be that I will not be ashamed of this. So thanks again, and have a nice day in this Comic Studio without further ado.